From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning of Mornings LALATE with a fourth stimulus check update of 2021 you're going to be really excited about. In this fourth stimulus check update of 2021, we go over the breaking news and how it pushes fourth stimulus to the finish line. We'll go over that fourth stimulus check, the monthly stimulus check that starts in the month of July, how much you're going to get, when you're going to get it, and how you get it as well. Then we'll cut to the incredible breaking news about this stimulus and why SSI and SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and veterans benefits reforms will not only be lifted up in the fall, but actually could be lifted up even further than that and a lifetime. Wow, incredible break news. Then we have new news from IRS about big money landing in your bank account tomorrow. We'll go over the new 3 phases we've learned from IRS about the big money landing and the other deadlines you have to watch for Monday for thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars that you're entitled to. We'll go over the big money and the exciting great news because the toast is toasting, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here. It's Mornings LA, and the only thing that could have made it better was if you had some bacon. This is Mornings LALATE. Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday morning. I hope you're crushing the weekend and having a beautiful weekend. It is cool and breezy here. Actually, a little bit cold here in Los Angeles. A little bit of rain or drizzle overnight, but it's clearing later in the day. Hope you're good and safe where you are. In this fourth stimulus check update of 2021, we're going to go over the big money that's going to land and why the breaking news overnight and yesterday signals we are near the finish line. Incredible great news about this fourth stimulus package. Then we'll cut at the second half of this recording over fifth stimulus and why a new analyst's report may signal that you could potentially have even more money, 20% more money a lifetime than ever thought before. Then we'll cut back to the middle of this video where there's big money land in your bank account starting tomorrow. And IRS late yesterday, identified 3 different stages to receive the money. And I'll also go over the tens of thousands of dollars of other money that's available, but you have to do something by the end of Monday. This is LALATE, the 24 hours a day, 7 days a week financial news channel. From Wall Street to Main Street, from my home to your home, there's literally 24 hours of shows across the board. Thank you for joining me on that 9-hour live telecast last night. It was a lot of blasts and a lot of people tuned in. So subscribe. I want you part of this family. Also like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Let's get right to fourth stimulus, the monthly stimulus package. And let's see why the House plan got a major twist of news Thursday, Friday, and late yesterday. The House plan provides a stimulus check for the remainder of the pandemic plus 1 year. It's that remainder of the pandemic that is now making a major twist. I'll explain that in a second. So there's 2 proposals for the fourth stimulus package, the House and the Senate. If you're in the live chat just after 9 o'clock a.m. on the West Coast, get ready to vote, but not just yet. We're going to look at the monthly stimulus packages between the House and the Senate and look and see how they are different across the board. So as we just saw, the House plan provides a stimulus check for the remainder of the pandemic plus 1 year. The Senate plan provides a stimulus check from July to the end of December. The Senate plan provides a stimulus check that is unknown, whereas the House plan provides $1,000 a month, but word on the street is the Senate plan would look like this. Wow. Really incredible, great news there, folks. Word on the street is it's $2,000 a month in the Senate plan, which over 6 months would be $12,000 a person, or $1,400 a month over 6 months, $8,400 a person. Now, what's the breaking news that impacts these proposals? It's going back to that number of months when looking at the House proposal. Remember, the House proposal was the remainder of the pandemic plus 1 year. When we talk about remainder of the pandemic, we're talking about legislatively when the pandemic's over. We're not talking about when COVID's gone. We're talking about when the pandemic is considered over. Well, that breaking news on Thursday was the CDC lifted the mask mandate, not requiring to wear a mask indoors or outdoors if you're vaccinated. On Friday, the president announced the same mask mandate and lifted it at the White House. Saturday and all throughout late yesterday, major big box retailers across the country said we're out of the pandemic. We're lifting our mask mandates in all our stores, unless required locally by a city. Home Depot, Lowe's, and Trader Joe's ended the pandemic's mask mandate, suggesting that potentially we're out of the pandemic, or very soon to be out of the pandemic, which means how many months of stimulus checks for the House remain. Here's the rub. The vote is in July. So by all accounts, we could be out of the pandemic by July, which means the House proposal would give you 12 months of stimulus checks, not 12 plus 3 or 12 plus 2 or 12 plus 4, just 12. And 12 months of stimulus checks under the House proposal would bring you $13,000, but take you 12 months to get it, compared to the Senate proposal, which is potentially exactly the same amount of money, but in just half the time, 6 months. So with that breaking news, now at about 9:30 on the West Coast, jump in the live chat if you're watching live and vote House or Senate. House or Senate, which one you like. And if you're watching this show taped later on in the day, drop in the comments, House or Senate. Let's go over the other incredible great news about forced stimulus. First, who do you get it, where do you get it, and when you get it? All right, who gets it? You do. If you're a married couple, $150,000 or less, you get the forced stimulus. Just double it. Single individual, $75,000 or less, you get the forced stimulus check. Household, 4 or less, you get the forced stimulus check. Just quadruple it. And yes, if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or railroad benefits, or veterans benefits, you get the forced stimulus check. When? Remember, I'm just a reporter. I'm not representing anything. They're making the representations. They're the legislators, and they're writing the laws. And they represent the vote would be in July. So that means the first check would come in the month of July, for the month of July, then August for the month of August. There would be no waves of stimulus checks because they can't do that. This is a monthly stimulus check. Is it taxable? No, it's not income. Is it a different check for different people? No. So adult dependents, children, and everyone else will get the same forced stimulus check. And how are they doing it? Democrats only. A 2-bill, 2-step, 2-month process currently underway. And there you go. That's your forced stimulus check update of 2021 today. But guess what? Stay with me to the second half of this recording, because I have breaking news about the forced stimulus check, why it's getting incredible push over the weekend, and why other forced stimulus items are falling by the wayside. Not checks, other items. We'll compare and contrast, and we'll see what the president and the Republicans are doing in the second half of this video. Also coming up in the second half of this video is the SSI and SSDI reform. Let me give you a preview of what's coming up. Under fifth stimulus in the fall, again, a 2-step, 2-bill, 2-prong process. They would raise your benefits up lifetime if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and veterans benefits, and survivor benefits. But on Friday, a major economist came out and suggested that the inflationary benchmark that will be added may potentially go through the roof. OMG. This would change your benefits for an incredible amount of money, lifetime. I'll be going over that in the second half of this recording, so stay with me. But now let's turn to the big money landing in your bank account starting tomorrow. I'm really excited for you. I have a lot of money in this video, so stay with me to the very end. Get a pen and paper ready, because I got thousands, tens of thousands of dollars of money to get you. Stay with me to the very end. And let's start with the first item, which is incredible. It's $5,000 to $25,000 of money, and where is it? It's rent, utilities, homeowners assistance, homeowners utilities, and SNAP. When the third stimulus package was passed in January, I said to you, yes, you're going to get a third stimulus check of $1,400, but you're also going to be able to get $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, and you must get this money because it's the biggest payout you've ever gotten in this history of this channel. It was dedicated for you to get this money, and please don't miss it. As soon as it goes live, you have to pounce. And that became the expression, pounce as a purple hawk, 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 and get that money before the stimulus stampede, another expression I coined, rushes to get it before you. And what is it? It's starting this week. and the week after this, which is money for rent, about $5,000. 4 to 6 months of rent, approximately, and utilities, a couple $100, couple $1,000. Couple $1,000 for mortgage assistance, and a couple $100 also for homeowners' utilities. It's incredible, great news. So how do you get this approximate $5,000 for rent? Get that pen and paper ready. Here we go. 6 places: City Hall, City Housing Authority; County Hall, County Housing Authority; State Hall, State Housing Authority. The word you're going to use is rent assistance because of COVID, or Biden Economic Recovery Act. You do not use the word stimulus. You do not use the word stimulus or stimulus package or third stimulus. Don't use the word stimulus. They won't know what you're talking about. Reach out to them. It's incredible, great news. Remember, this is third stimulus. This is not second stimulus, which landed later in December and January. They ran through that money, and now they're doing another round right now. So go get it. Then we turn to SNAP. SNAP has been the real wonderful beneficiary item of this channel. And what is it? It's money for food. How do you get it? Department of Agriculture. Call up 211 and ask for SNAP. If you qualify for a stimulus check, you generally qualify for SNAP. How much is it? It's a lot of money. A family of 4 in Hawaii now sees upwards of $16,000 a year for SNAP. No less than 2 to 3 viewers a day send me nice messages to say, thank you, LA, because of you, I just got on SNAP. It's so easy. So that family of 4 in Hawaii, $16,000 a year. Why? Because of 2 executive orders. A Trump executive order will raise their benefits 15% for 6 months, and a Biden executive order which did the same for another 6 months. So look at this. We're only 11 minutes in this video, and I've gotten you $16,000 for SNAP in Hawaii, and $5,000 approximately for rent. It's incredible, great news. Which brings me to 2 other categories I want to go over in this video. Tough love moments and donut moments. Donut moments are where you don't have to do anything and you just sit back and have your donut and enjoy delicious money land in your bank account automatically. And tough love moments refer to when you have to do something because that money won't be there ever again. And that brings me to a tough love moment right now. When I told you that money in the third stimulus was going to get passed into law, and I told you about the excitement of rent and utilities, I also told you you have to pounce as a Purple Hawk to get it right away. Well, here's the reality check in the tough love moment. That when forced stimulus goes to a vote in July, you will not see in there any more rent. There will no longer be rent assistance, utility assistance, or mortgage assistance. Moreover, reality check is they're going to get rid of the eviction moratorium and mortgage forbearance in September, if not earlier. The reason why is because they want you to get this money for rent and utilities now so you're caught up. So please, I implore you to go get the money for it right now because it's first come, first serve because it won't be available at a later date. And with that, you deserve some donut moments. So let's get to donut moment number 1. I had one viewer reach out to me, say, LALATE, thank you so much. My husband's getting about $5,000 from this. So what is it? States have been ordered by the federal government to return back money to you that you returned to them when they had a computer error and overpaid you benefits. And viewers have gotten thousands of dollars from this error but had to return it back. What's going on? The federal government ordered states to now return the money back to you. It's incredible, great news. What happened? Well, during the pandemic, some states overpaid millions of Americans thousands of dollars extra due to computer malfeasance. No error to your own. No fault of your own. And then they reached out to you and ordered you to return the money back to them. The federal government has stepped in and said they have to return the money back to you ASAP. So states are now returning the money back to you right away. You want to know the particular routing time of your state, reach out to them. And this is the money that you received automatically before. You don't have to do anything automatically again. It's going to land in the bank account in which you have records with your unemployment department. Now, that brings me to another donut moment and breaking news that happened overnight. It's incredible, great news. Thousands of dollars is landing in your bank account or the mailbox from the Department of Treasury, IRS. And where is this coming and how is this coming and what is it coming? If you pay taxes on your first $10,200 of unemployment benefits to the federal government, IRS, they're returning that money to you last week and again this week. But last night, IRS gave us an update. They identified now that there's 3 stages in which they're paying out the money. The first stage is people who have individual tax returns. They're the only person on the tax return, and there's no one else on the tax return, no dependents, and there's no other refunds on the tax return. And as IRS calls it, it's called a simple tax return. There's not anything particularly confusing. You're in phase 1 and you're getting paid first. Phase 2 is an individual tax return that may have dependents or may have other refunds on that tax return. You're phase 2 and you will get paid later this week into the next week. Then phase 3 is the joint filers, husband and wife, where there are 2 people on the tax return. You will be paid the last week of May. How do you get paid? It's going to come generally in the mailbox in a beige or white envelope, and inside there will be a beige check from Treasury or Department or IRS. The subject line, refund, for the thousands of dollars you're owed back. All right, now let's go over the calculation. How much you're going to get? You're going to get all the taxes you paid to the federal government for the taxes on your unemployment benefits. Here's an example. If you had $9,000 of unemployment benefits last year, you filed a 2020 tax return. On that 2020 tax return, your total federal tax liability to IRS was $5,000, of which $4,000 was your tax liability for the unemployment benefits. You're getting $4,000 back from the federal government. Congratulations. Incredible, great news, and it's a donut moment, which brings me now to a tough love moment. If you received benefits for unemployment last year and took out weekly for federal taxes, guess what? By the end of Monday, this coming Monday, tomorrow, you must file a personal 2020 tax return and request that money back from the IRS. Here's the amount. Here's an example of the calculation. Let's say you took out $100 a week every week in 2020 for your unemployment benefits, and you did that over 10 weeks. 100 times 10 is $1,000. Guess what? You have to file that tax return by the end of Monday with IRS requesting back that $1,000. That brings us now to the incredible big news about money for children. If you're, for example, a single mom with a 5, 4, and 3-year-old, congratulations, you're getting upwards of $10,000 starting in the month of July, prorated per month. It's $3,600 prorated per month, which is $300 starting in the month of July. Or if those children are 17 to 6, you're going to get $3,000 prorated per month, which is $250 a month. If 2 events occurred, number 1, you made less than $75,000, and number 2, IRS knows that child exists and is with you, which causes us to come to 3 major tough love moments. Tough love moment number 1. You never file a tax return, and in your heart, you think that IRS does not know that child is with you. Then guess what? When July comes around, if you do not file a tax return by the end of tomorrow, you're categorically 100% receiving zero. Zero. What do? You must file a tax return by the end of Monday, if that scenario is you, listing those children as your beneficiaries. If you do not file that tax return and IRS does not know that child is with you, you're not getting any money at all. You're not getting that $10,000 starting the month of July. Tough love moment number 2. You always file tax returns every year, but you've never listed that child. Maybe because the child was just born in the last year, or because the child was on someone else's tax return in prior tax years. You must file that tax return by the end of Monday because IRS does not know that child is with you and will go off the 2019 tax return in which you did not show that child with you. And tough love moment number 3. You always file a tax return with your child, but your most recent tax return was 2000.